how people lived.
In this episode, we are going to talk about 1. Ahmed and the Hawk. 2. The Sanctuary.
Hello, my dear students. How are you today? Today we are going to continue what we talked about last lesson. It will be an interesting episode. Let's get started. Today, we will continue the story of Ahmed and the Hawk. Do you remember when they were sitting around a campfire and saw a shape in the darkness? What was that shape? Let's read the story.
The Sanctuary. Ahmed and his friends saw an old man in the light of the fire. He had a white beard and a kind face. The hawk flew down and landed on the man's arm. The hawk knows you. Yes, he does. He knows me because I saved him. How did you save him? This bird had a hurt wing. I took care of him a year ago.
My name is Mahmoud. I've got a sanctuary for birds. You know, millions of birds fly between Europe, Russia, Central Asia, and Africa. Some of them get hurt. I take care of them.
Mahmoud drank tea and told him his story. Mahmoud, 2 days ago, I went out into the desert. I wasn't worried about my birds. They weren't hungry because I gave them lots of food. I didn't get back until 7 o'clock. I couldn't believe my eyes. It was a disaster. I couldn't see any of my poor birds. The sanctuary was empty.
Now, look again to the text and answer the question. Why does the hawk know Mahmoud?
The hawk knows you? Yes, he does. He knows me because I saved him. How did you save him? This bird had a hurt wing. I took care of him a year ago.
Right! The hawk knows Mahmoud because he saved him.
Where did Mahmoud go 2 days ago?
Mahmoud. 2 days ago, I went out into the desert. I wasn't worried about my birds. They weren't hungry because I gave them lots of food.
Very good. 2 days ago, he went out into the desert. Now, what did he see when he got back?
I didn't get back until 7 o'clock. I couldn't believe my eyes. It was a disaster. I couldn't see any of my poor birds. The sanctuary was empty.
So, when he got back, he couldn't see any of his birds.
There was a piece of white net round a dead bird. That's how the hunters caught the birds, with nets. There were tracks in the sand from a big fan. So I followed them yesterday and today. Where did the tracks go? They led me here. Suddenly, they heard a noise in the night air. It was the sound of an engine. Mahmoud stood up quickly and looked at Ahmed. That's their van. The hunters are near here. Come with me. What did Mahmoud do next? So Mahmoud followed the tracks. Where did the hunters' tracks go? To the desert. What did Ahmed and his friends hear? An engine.
Now, we will look at pictures of actions Haldun did or didn't do yesterday and write a sentence for each action. When you see a tick, it means that Haldun did the action. When you see X, it means he didn't do the action.
Watch TV.
Khaldun didn't watch TV yesterday.
Play football.
Khaldun didn't play football yesterday.
Walk to school.
Khaldun walked to school yesterday.
Phone a friend.
Khaldun didn't phone a friend yesterday.
Listen to music.
Khaldun listened to music yesterday.
Surf the net.
Khaldun surfed the net yesterday. Now, look at the verbs. Watch, watched, walk, walked, play, played, surf, surfed, listen, listened, phone, phoned. They all end with ed in the past tense. Now, look at the following verbs in the present and past tenses. See, saw, fly, flew, have, had, drink, drank, tell, told, go, went, be, was, were.
Give. Gave. Can. Could. Catch. Caught. Lead. Led. Hear. Heard. Stand up. Stood up.
These verbs are irregular verbs. They don't take ed in the past. Let's find these verbs in the story of Ahmed and the hawk. Ahmed and his friends saw an old man in the light of the fire.
See, so.
He had a white beard and a kind face.
Have, had.
The hawk flew down and landed on the man's arm.
Fly, flew. I took care of him a year ago. Take, took. 2 days ago, I went out into the desert. Go, went. I wasn't worried about my birds. Be, is, was. They weren't hungry because I gave them lots of food. Give, gave. I couldn't see any of my poor birds. Can, could.
That's how the hunters caught my birds.
Catch, caught. There were tracks on the sand from a big van. Be, are, were.
They led me here. Lead, led.
Suddenly, they heard a noise in the night air. Hear, heard.
Mahmoud stood up quickly. Stand up, stood up.
Now, let's read this text about Al-Zabadani in Syria. We will put verbs in the correct form.
Last year, we went to Al-Zabadani, a tourist country in Syria. It was summer. There weren't animals. But there were thousands of fruit trees bearing delicious apples, cherries, plums, peaches, and pears. We didn't camp. We stayed in a guest house. We didn't walk on our own. A guide led us. We caught the bus back to Damascus. It didn't take long. Very good, my students. Now, in the following exercise, we have to change the sentences into negative. Remember that when we have didn't in the sentence, the verb should be in its zero form. I gave you my ticket. I didn't give you my ticket.
My parents bought me a computer. My parents didn't buy me a computer.
Our aunts came to visit. Our aunts didn't came to visit.
Siham lost her pencil. Siham didn't lose her pencil.
You sang a nice song. You didn't sing a nice song.
We did a really interesting project. We didn't do a really interesting project.
Now, let's do the last exercise of today's lesson. Majida did the following things in the past. We will look at the time and the answer as in this example.
2 p.m. Had lunch. She had lunch 4 hours ago.
As you saw in the picture, she had lunch at 2 p.m. And in the picture, it's 6 p.m. on Sunday. So she had lunch 4 hours ago. Let's do the rest of the exercise.
Wednesday. Draw a picture. She drew a picture 4 days ago. Monday. Meet her uncle. She met her uncle 6 days ago. 5:55 p.m. Finished her homework. She finished her homework 5 minutes ago.
I wish you enjoyed our lesson for today. Take care and goodbye.